Nicole, it's always a delight to talk to you. I was remembering our last interviews and every character being so different from one another. How thrilling this one. It's the kind of script that you kind of flip through and want to do more and more the more the script goes by, correct?
Yeah, I read it and I just went, well, first of all, I love films that scare you. And I'd read the book and the book was really scary. And so I went, oh, this would be wonderful to have the chance to play a character that has so much sort of, I suppose, fear and paranoia in her, yet still have to be deciphering what's going on in her life and what's happening to her.
How does one research that fear and paranoia? Where do you draw from?
Well, because it's dealing with amnesia, I managed to get my hands on some documentaries that are really great, you know, that deal with this particular type of amnesia, which is forgetting from a particular period in your life through to the present day. So as with the character, when she's 27, she remembers everything up until 27, but now she's 40 and she doesn't remember anything between 27 and 40, which is terrifying. But this exists as a condition, and there's documentaries on it and different people that have gone through it, and I studied those, and that really, really helped me.
And I suppose the trust issues are the most inherent in those cases, correct?
Yeah, and well, strangely enough, they're quite trusting because they believe what they're being told. I think with Christine, there's a mixture of gratitude that her husband is so patient with her and taking care of her, even though she's such a burden. And then at the same time, she starts to unravel things that don't make sense. And that's when she realizes she's being lied to. And that's how the film starts to unfurl.
I was watching the movie and thinking, you know, if I lost my memory, there are things that I would really want to remember. What memories would you be terrified to forget?
Oh, my children, my husband, you know, my parents. I mean, they're all based on family for me. I think that's my biggest, you know, it gives me my biggest joy, my family. So therefore the idea that I wouldn't know them, that just sort of chills me to the bone. I wouldn't want to exist, I don't think.
Yeah, I know it's extremely scary, that thought. It deals also with the issue of, you know, going to sleep. Do you have any sleeping patterns? Is sleeping anything that's easy or difficult for you?
I love sleeping. Probably why I like the title Before I Go to Sleep, because I love those moments just before you fall asleep when you're all snug in bed. But I get really bad jet lag, so I can have those sleepless nights. And I can do that thing where you wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning.
With your eyes rolled.
And you worry about things at 3 a.m. in the morning, or I do, particularly when you have children and life's going past so quickly and all of the things that flood in at 3 a.m. And then you wake up, fall back to sleep and wake up again and you're like, oh, why did I spend an hour and a half worrying about that stuff?
Tossing and turning. Every time I go to LA, it's the same. I call it chronic jet lag disease.
But I take melatonin, which really helps.
Yeah, no, at some point one has to sleep. May I congratulate you on how amazing you look? I don't want to, you know, spoil it for the audience, but how do you keep in shape, especially when you know that you have a more revealing scene?
I run, I work out, I take pretty good care of myself. So, and I love doing it. You know, I grew up in a very athletic family. My kids are very athletic. My sister's triathlete, you know, so our family is very sport-oriented, which has been a great basis. When I was a kid, I was like, oh, but now it's so funny how the things that just get sort of imprinted on you as a child stay with you. And my dad would just get us out of bed, drag us out of bed and make us go running and do push-ups. And this was way before working out was cool at all. Now it's like the big thing. But I love it. It makes me feel good.
Yeah, me too. One form of exercise every day keeps your energy levels so high, doesn't it?
I mean, I didn't do anything when I travel. I tend not to. But I really try to really take care of myself. Particularly I have young children and I would like to, you know, be around for as long as I can.
Yeah, did the maternal aspect of the film, without giving anything away, inform your choice, one of the reasons why you so much wanted to do it? Because Rowan told me it was a very emotionally exhausting film to do.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I'm always drawn to maternal roles because that's such a huge... I'm interested in exploring all the facets of love on screen, and I'm also very interested in survival as a theme and how people survive. I find that fascinating, and I read stories about it, and so that all comes together in this movie, you know, because she's learning to survive, and she's also learning about the man who loves her and the way in which that love is very controlling.
I was an emotional wreck at the end of it.
Good.
He looked at me as
sorry to say, but that's good.
It's exactly what we want, you know. Engaging films. On a lighter note, she's a bit of a brunette. Did you enjoy that, or do you prefer blondness or red hair?
I can go either way. I mean, I suppose I'm not naturally a brunette, so that's not... that doesn't feel natural, but you know, I can be blonde or redhead. When I was a kid, I was a towhead, so yeah. But I love the idea of always changing for different roles. I think that's really great.
Yeah, exactly. The physicality we spoke about when we spoke about Grace, you know, the physicality of the character also informs it. In this one, it was more her physical expressions that were the important bit. Correct?
Yeah, good. Yeah.
How much were you attentive to it?
Attentive meaning
to the facial expressions. You know, some actors don't want to watch themselves.
Yeah, I don't watch. I never watch anything. I rarely watch my films, but I never watch playback. I never watch dailies. I'm pretty good like that.
You should go to the cinema and see this. Yeah. I enjoyed it so much. So what is next for you?
I'm going to do a film again with Colin Firth and Jude Law. It's a supporting role, so it's not a lot of work for me. But and that's it. I'm not sure after that. Then it's the end of the year, so it's Christmas and you know, all that fun stuff. Go skiing and hang out.
Absolutely.
My kind of thing.
Exactly. Everyone's kind of thing. The nice family time that you can enjoy.
Yeah.